Back, thanks to Motionless in White for Disguise, one of the themes for the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition stop this year at Combo Breaker 2019. I am Tyler Lansdowne, the Community Manager at NetherRealm Studios, with
Stephanie Brownback, Senior QA Analyst at NetherRealm.
You might recognize us from the Combat Cast we like to do every couple weeks at NetherRealm. So we're going to do our best to give you the top-notch commentary that you really deserve.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yeah. I'm known for frames. I know all the frames. I know all the cancels. I
the
know all
option
that
selects that everyone's using, the meta.
Very well known for just sort of my theorizing and really taking a game apart from top to bottom.
Right. I think when I'm trying to analyze a new game that we're working on, you're definitely who I go to learn about the mid-range footsies games.
Thank you so much. And I learned a lot from you.
Well, thank you.
Let's be real. So we have some good stuff going today. So far, a really awesome tournament. I got to give major shout-outs to the people working behind the scenes here at the Mortal Kombat Pro Tour, and also Rick for a great, and his staff for a wonderful tournament. I mean,
him and his staff are the best of the best.
So it looks like we do have BeyondToxin versus SpiritualRaven starting at Pool C1. BeyondToxin, a Noob Saibot player.
Yes, and he is a longtime NRS player. MKX, Injustice 2, a lot of top 16 places, couple top 8 placings, and did pretty good in Dragon Ball too. In the last year of Injustice 2, he really focused on that, and now he's back from MK11.
Now, I'm supposed to tell everyone that he does not do optimal combos with Noob Saibot.
I respect that. I never did optimal. To me, I had the 10 out of 10 rule. You have to be able to do it 10 out of 10 times.
We're going to see Kotal Khan. We don't see a lot of Kotal Khan in top-level play right now.
Yeah, he's not super popular. I think he's a pretty basic character that's easy to play, but he's not really considered a meta character right now.
But you never know when these tournaments happen. You always have a character that kind of pops up out of nowhere.
Oh, I mean, Kotal Khan is an interesting choice because in 2015 in MKX, Alucard used Kotal Khan and actually got top 8.
Alucard kind of actually known for finding those characters that do that. Ares as well.
I mean, the thing about meta play is I say it kind of hesitantly because the meta is so underdeveloped that this could be the tournament where we find out that Frost or Devora or Kotal or Shao Kahn is actually better than we think, or people don't know the matchup, and that in itself is part of the meta, not being meta.
A quick round from Toxin. I do think, that's what's great about Combo Breaker. It's what's great and what's scary for the competitors.
Right.
It is 2 out of 3, so there are some definite, might not know the matchup, might not exactly know what they're doing against certain characters, and might have to hold that L. And
the game's in a fun early place right now where it's been enough weeks where everybody knows their combos, they know their setups, they know their character, but it's still new enough that you don't really know matchups that well, so there's going to be a lot of nonsense.
There will be nonsense. I play this game a lot at home, and there are still characters who, you don't see very often. If I play them, I will just get run over.
Now, Noob is a pretty good choice for Toxin. He used Ermac in the last game, and Ermac is currently bodied, so I think Noob's a natural fit. Both a ninja, aesthetically and gameplay-wise, kind of a mid-range, keep-out character.
Also has really swaggy combos, too, and that's what was really cool about Ermac as well.
Ermac is actually my personal surprise, because he's not really my aesthetic of a character who I'd like to play,
Right.
But I think he's super fun to play.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You mean Noob Saibot?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, that he definitely could have had that.
It's not over, though.
Yeah.
It's over.
No, yeah, it's over.
That was a nice try on the anti-air using the Fatal Blow. Didn't quite pan out like you'd want it to. It's one game, though. Plug your DualShock in and start over.
I think a situation like this, because I've never heard of SpiritualRaven. I'm not familiar with him, whereas Toxin is a veteran who travels all the time, has been playing for years. It's when you're newer to tournaments or not that experienced at playing against a top player, you can often kind of freak out or kind of start choking, and so it'll be interesting to see if SpiritualRaven is like, hey, the last round was really close, and he starts doing better, or the opposite of, oh my god, I had it and I lost, but he looks pretty calm.
And I know that too from a first-hand, from playing with you.
Right.
I've gone to different events and played with some of the other pros, and there's sometimes where I've actually done, accidentally really well, but when you get to that ending part where you both have 3 inches of health left, they are so much going to beat you 9 out of 10 times, because then I'm starting to think, I can win this, I can win this, I can win this, and that's when you make a mistake.
Right, and SpiritualRaven will be super important to not obsess about the uppercut not hitting.
Yep.
To not think, look, I'm down a game, I just got to win 2 games in a row. and I had some momentum in the last round.
And, you know, I love Toxin. Always enjoyed watching him play, watch his streams a whole bunch. Toxin can be an emotional player sometimes,
yes, that's actually a good point. So you kind of know when you face someone like him, who he also gets kind of emo, that if you can win this game, especially in dominant fashion maybe, you can get him to kind of flip. Oh, very good whiff punish from Toxin.
Just starting off with a whiff punish, crushing blow.
In a 2 out of 3, this is just the absolute, like, you won game 1 by the skin of your teeth, and now you're just dominating game 2. It's a great feeling.
And, you know, when I play this game, too, though, like, well, looking a little hard for the first round.
Yeah.
When sometimes when people do a crushing blow to me at the first part of the game, I'm like, if I take this round, they're in super trouble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was really hard to imagine a better scenario for Toxin than the round we just saw.
Right.
Oh, good teleport. Get out of the corner. I actually use Noob's other variation because it's simpler and I like shadow or low shadow, so it's kind of interesting to see how people use the teleport move because I don't personally use it.
You know, the other great thing too is about matches like this, like, you know, Toxin being a known player, being a very strong player.
He definitely looks strong that game.
Pulling off a flawless looking into it. He's mercying.
Okay,
He's throwing a mercy out there. We call those at the studios the old safe merce. We call those.
I don't know if that really is that impressive of a mercy when you've been that dominant.
No. Now here's the thing people need to know about these tournaments too. If you haven't come out to one of these tournaments, he's smiling. He knows he has played probably one of the best players that's going to be in his pool. Big D looking on, being he'll talk to Toxin. He'll be like, hey, what could I have done? And that's the great thing about these things is you trade information here.
Like, even if you have a bad set like that, you can go find Forever King practicing. Hey, Christian, can we get some games in?
Yeah.
I've known that guy for years, so they'll be like, absolutely, let's start. Oh, you play Kodal? I need Kodal experience. Why
Let's do this, right?
Yeah, and then you can play King for 20 minutes or so, learn some, and you can go talk to Toxin off stage and be like, tell me everything I did wrong. And Toxin's a super cool, I mean, that's what Toxin does in his stream, is talk to a lot of lower level players and stuff. So everyone's, I mean, this is a scene where you can get games with Sonic Fox if he's not busy playing other games.
Right.
It's hard to get
generally
time.
busy.
Yeah, but it's amazing. So you should definitely come out if you're worried about, whoa, what if I'm not that good yet or whatever.
The first thing I did when I got here is I had about a 25-minute conversation with Silver Eye about Liu Kang.
Yeah, that's
telling
not
him how
surprising at all.
He's like, I haven't played with you. I don't know what you do. And I'm like, well, here's what I do wrong, and I know that because you even told me what I did wrong. And he walked me through stuff that. And the cool thing about really good players is they know how to talk to you at the level you're at too.
Yep.
Like, here's what's going to work for you. I'm never going to be playing in a pro thing, but here's the dirt that's going to work on my mid level.
I was actually watching Toxin's stream maybe like 2 days ago to get hyped for Combo Breaker, and he was doing an awesome job talking to people. Just had advice about, what do I do against this matchup? What do I do against this matchup? And he was doing a great job just kind of going over strats and stuff. So check out his stream for sure.
I find that super exciting about a lot of streams I've watched. Like Ultra David's been streaming a lot lately, and Ultra David, you know, I've played him online. He's a good player. He's a great commentator.
Really smart player.
But as a person who commentates, he is known around the scene as someone who studies.
Yeah.
So you can ask him anything about any character, like, well, okay, so Collector and Devora, what if, and he'll be like, oh, here, listen to this. He knows those matchups.
We got to talk about the people in this pool.
Yep.
Because there's 2 notable names that I'm super excited about.
Okay.
We have Tweedy, and we have Hero Killer Stain.
We talked about this on the Combat Cast last week.
But if you didn't tune in, Hero Killer Stain, he got 9th place at EVO last year in Injustice 2 with Saibot.
Right.
He's from Arizona, and he is a wild card player. I don't know who he plays in this. I've heard rumors of Raiden, but I've heard he plays a bunch of other characters too. And then Tweedy, I mean, if you're watching the stream, I bet you know who Tweedy is.
Yeah.
And if you don't, one of the top 3 Injustice 2 players in the world in the last year of the game's life. Yep. Second at Evolution.
And you had mentioned that Tweedy's the kind of person who may, at the first tournament, might be the place you have to get him.
Yeah.
Because he might not be ready. Yeah. But then he starts grinding 8 hours a day, and you start getting a CEO, and it might be over for you.
Yeah, Tweedy's a guy who gets better as the game goes. Because Tweedy, and I'm trying to word this where I'm not insulting him, because I was the same way. He's not a naturally gifted player like Sonic. He's not a player who just picks up the pad and instinctually knows what to do. He's a grinder. He's a studier. He's someone who gets really good because he plays 8 hours a day, and he knows every player, and he knows every matchup. And that's tough for him.
I think you read that really well because that as a comparison to you and your playing days. Like, you've told me 1,000 times that you're not good at execution. Like, I watch you and I'm like, you're good at execution, but like at this level, you're not the same.
And I was never the best at adaptation and stuff like that. What I was good at was the competitive drive to sit there and play for 10 hours at GGA.
Yep.
And Tweedy's very similar to that. A Pig of the Hut was a lot like that. A lot of those, there's two different kind of top players. Like the Sonic Fox level, and then there's, Dragon is very good at that. Samij is very good at that. So Tweedy's in that group, and you're absolutely right. This is when Tweedy's vulnerable, that first month in.
You let him do that though, and you might be in trouble going on. So
yeah, I actually had talked to Tweedy this morning about
Speaking of which, he's doing some.
I think that's what the kids are doing these days.
Man, I haven't been a kid for a while. So this is lucky us, and Tweedy is actually on screen right now. Tweedy versus King Ray.
Oh, King Ray is he's a guy that's been around forever. He's someone you always see at majors for years back.
I mean, you competed for how long, would you say?
Just NetherRealm games, 2011 to 2015.
Yep.
KIT 2015 was my final major as a competitor.
We all remember it well.
I don't, because I got bodied by Wild Cowboy.
One of your best friends.
Yeah. And he used Sinestro, so I don't think that really counts.
We can say that now, right?
But if you don't count just NetherRealm games, then I competed for 100 years.
100 actual years. So I'm guessing we're going to go with Geras for Tweedy. That's what we've been seeing.
Yeah, it's a good
generally.
bet.
He tweeted that he was just going to 1-1 sand trap over and over again and YOLO it. He didn't care because 1-1 sand trap is super punishable. But
Tweedy is not a guy who cares about being the best in the world with his character or downplaying his character. Or Tweedy's here to win money. He's He's what I would call a mercenary player. Like he's here to be the world champion.
Yeah.
If you asked him, hey, Tweedy, is Geras easy to play and top tier? He'd say, yeah. Why do you think I'm using him?
Yeah.
Like.
Doesn't bother him.
Right. So Geras is a good bet. He does play Baraka. That's who he used even back at the reveal event. And I know he still likes him occasionally.
Baraka's super strong right now. And that's also the interesting thing, too, when we're talking about combo breakers. Like, everyone wants to put out their tier list like day one about where things are. But, like, if you look at some of the actual tournaments that have, we had a Johnny Cage win one. We've had a bunch of different characters.
Saibot won a tournament.
Yep.
I mean, you look online and you see the panic, but the results don't actually back that up. And that's usually how it goes. Typically, you'll hear, my God, Alien's unbeatable, there's nothing we can do, and then actually, Aaron Black wins or whatever. It's not to say that there's not strong character. I'm not saying I'm not going to tell everyone that tier lists aren't a thing and all that, but the science it's a little bit more magic than science.
There's a little more nuance than here's A, B, and C.
If we have multiple models,
I'm all in on that Geras mask.
My Geras at home is blue with the same costume.
I would probably rock like the white one.
We got a Geras mirror. Mirrors are always so interesting to me because the person who loses the first mirror, that's got to be the scariest thing in the entire world.
I mean, you literally refuse to play mirrors.
I won't do it.
Yeah, you will not do it. That's well known.
I don't want to know that I'm worse.
It's psychologically, it doesn't actually mean anything, but it totally feels like it does.
Yeah.
I always hated it too. It would always freak me out.
Tweedy's got all the momentum going right now.
Yeah. I mean, Tweedy's just definitely going to be one of the top threats to get top 8 here. There's just no doubt about it.
Waste my time.
He had to destroy himself.
Punching his own sand. An interactable in the corner there.
Well, I actually think this is one of the rare cases where a mirror match is canon and makes sense, because I would believe that Kronika made multiple Geras models. Yeah, King Ray, it's like he basically blocks and hasn't hit a button other than holding the block button.
Somebody like Tweedy, I feel like just the oppression is
it's
all
just
there.
Unrelenting. And Tweedy's doing a really good job with the body splash, just jumping in, looping his pressure. That was rough.
Tough match, and this is why Tweedy's a great player. He was unrelenting the entire match, and then he blocked a wake up.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good point. And he wasn't even that wake up could have hit. He knew, and he didn't even want to take any chance of him getting any momentum at all. That's an excellent point. And one thing that's interesting to see Tweedy be so sharp right now is first round jitters and pool jitters are 100% real.
Yeah.
I was always nervous as heck when I would be playing in pools, like the first match or two.
Nervous as heck, you say?
Yeah. Well, I now I'm trying to have a clean, family-friendly image for myself.
Fair, always.
You know, being a Mortal Kombat 11 commentator.
Right. So, King Ray's got a little bit of an uphill climb right now.
Yeah, I think that would be an accurate way to say it. Do you think he could actually rewind the bracket and start this all over?
In the canon, yes. And that's going to be a crushing blow. That crushing blow is off of counters or punishes.
It's hard to imagine a scenario going worse than it is for King Ray right now. Yeah, this is rough.
Pretty tough. Hey, it's got to be tough knowing that you're probably going up against one of the best Gerases in the country right now.
Yeah, I mean, presumably this is just King Ray's main, and you've got to sit down and be like, well, I'm bodied.
Sure.
Well, what are you going to do?
Nothing. Going to move on to the... Yeah. It's double elimination is what you're going to do.
Yeah, there's not really a lot we can say.
How did you handle mirror matches?
Panic, be deeply insecure, and then lose.
Yeah. Did you lose a lot of mirror matches?
I lost to Mr. Moline at Devastation, and I lost to CD Senior at Final Round. But one of the best moments of my career was I got him in the run back. I got Senior in the run back, and to me, that was a big thing for me. I'm like, all right, I'm the best katana now.
You know, and mirror matches like in the past couple of years in NetherRealm games has changed because now there's not a lot of true mirror matches. You can also there's the variation systems and all that sort of thing. Like that has changed up how things work for mirror matches, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I actually, just playing for fun, I actually use hipster variations a lot. Like, I use the Cassie drone one. For Noob, I was saying I use the lowest shadow one. Playing towers, I use Katana's Molina stance all the time. Like, that's my main one on my home account and stuff. I actually had, this is really cool, a couple of fans came up to me as I was getting in my truck and like, hey, Steph, we want to talk about Katana. And I'm like, all right. And their first question was, what do you think of Variation 2, the Molina stance one? And I'm like, well, let me tell you about how I body towers with it. Because that's the level of play I'm at now. Like, I had to, unfortunately, you know, you guys are all better than me now. So, but I can tell you about my corner combos against towers.
Did they want to hear them?
They seem to be happy just to hear me talk about Katana. I don't think they left the conversation disappointed. Now it's up front that I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Okay, up next we have Pool C1, Unbearable Skill versus Tyler Woods.
I am not familiar with either player, but I'm all in on Unbearable Skill being a name.
Yeah, it almost doesn't make sense to me, but then it does.
Like, your skill is so good.
Well,
like,
we can't even deal with it.
Tweedy right there had Unbearable Skill for King Ray. Like you can't... Your footsies are just so strong, it's like you can't even hit a button. It just makes me uncomfortable to be in the room with someone so good.
This is always fun for me, too, when I see people I haven't seen before or see, you know, old pros that we've worked with before seeing who they're playing now and seeing, like, the new mains that pop out, you know. Because, you know, now that there's a great pro competition going on, we've been doing these for a couple of years, now that there's some serious money on the line, like, character loyalists aren't as strong as they used to be. It's not even just the money, it's just the level of play. If I was competing since Injustice 2, I would not be a character specialist anymore. Yeah. I think in this, if a version of me was competing, I would probably be playing Jade as my point woman and then Katana as my ult. Yeah. And in the last game, I would have played Catwoman and Starfire. I'm trying to if I can hear through the... Did I hear a Raiden? I'm trying to hear if I can hear like the sounds in the game, who they're playing. I don't know, but one of the cool things about being here, and it's a new MK, is seeing all the MK heads from the past. Like right now, because right now I'm looking at semi-evil Ryu in the back, in the blue and white. I have known him for 10 years now, and it's cool that he now has a daughter, he's married, he's a family man, and he's like, look, I haven't had a lot of time to play, I'm going to get bodied. My goal is to not go 0-2, but it's combo breaker. Imagine not coming. Yeah. So that's cool. It's a new game, and he's still here. He told me his plan was to get bodied and then show a picture of his daughter and be like, I just want you to know this is why I can't practice anymore. So that's cool. All right, Scorpion versus Noob Saibot. Remember, I mean, so this is the Scorpion that can do the teleport cancels. Yes. Which are really good. Yeah. I remember back during the beta, everybody said, well, no Misery Blade, Scorpion's not going to be any good, and that turned out to be wrong.
Yeah, I think Scorpion's a great character. I think he has really, really good normals. The teleport is just one of the most obnoxious moves in the game. It's so good. It's such a great, why not, way to get in. It kind of reminds me in a way of Doomsday and Injustice 1, where it's like you have to deal with it.
Yep.
If you don't deal with it, you lose. And then you have to deal with it, and you might lose anyway. And I think for Noob Saibot, that's going to be very, very tough.
Yeah, he can't just, reaction teleport the teleport. That's not going to do any good. That could have been a teleport there, I think, though. And
Noob's zoning is not going to be super effective.
Right.
Noob's footsies start with a high, and Scorpion has an amazing down 4. I think Noob's forward 2 is an excellent move. It's definitely my core move that I use with him, but it's starting with a high is a little bit of a bummer.
The secret of playing against Noob Saibot is just kind of block low, right?
Yeah. You'll avoid his forward 4, his back 3.
A lot of respect here, a lot of poke. Nothing happened there. Could have probably a punish there, I would assume.
Oh, that's definitely one of Noob's best normals. He doesn't get a combo. I think that's why it's not great, but a lot of times in this game, there's a lot of really good mids and stuff that they don't get a combo, they just get a knockdown. And I think early on, a lot of people are like, oh, these aren't good, they're not good. But it's well, a lot of people have to use moves like that you don't really get a huge crushing blow or anything.
Right.
And I think that's a really good example with Noob.
It's one of those matches I think we've all had where you feel like Noob's been doing a whole bunch of work but doesn't have a lot to show for it right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of low pokes, a lot of blocked attacks. So far, this is unbearable.
The skill's unbearable.
Yeah, Noob really hasn't got much gone. Oh, the classic one pose, MK2.
Mm-hmm. So you lose your first round at Card Breaker. No break. He took no break. He's just going right back in.
What was your question?
That was pretty much my question. Do you take time? Do you take a break? Do you think about what happened? A lot of people nowadays are looking at their phones for all of their notes and such.
I was always an advocate for taking a slight break, maybe go back to the character, select screen, just think about. On the other hand, sometimes you actually figure out why you lost in the game.
Just want to go back in.
Yeah, and you just want to go back in because you kind of gave up. You're still, but you're well, I guess the way I'd phrase it is sometimes you have adaptation you want to make, but you want to save it for the next game.
Yeah. Noob's being a little passive in this game. I don't know if Noob can live off of being passive.
Yeah, it's rough because of Scorpion.
Yeah.
But you're also right that there's a fine line between feeling if the opponent has a way to beat your move that you, quote, can't do it. You'll often see, I can't throw a clone because of teleport.
Right.
And what you really should mean is it's very difficult and very risky because if you literally can't, then you're not playing the game.
Right. That's one of my favorite things to see on Twitter. People say, I literally can't do anything.
Right.
No.
There is no strategy or move that Sonic Fox thinks he can't do.
Right.
Sometimes you even want to do a move 3 times in a row, even if it's going to get punished twice, because then they're looking for it.
To my style, you mean?
I personally, maybe I haven't. I'll give you an example when I play Jade. For forward 2 against some of the better people that I'll play in the lab, they can actually block it on reaction. But I know that if they're sitting there looking for it, hyper-focused on that move, that opens up jump-ins, throws, walking up and doing back 3 and stuff like that because they're so focused. And they might block it once or twice and punish me, but I know later they're looking for that, and that means I can go in.
Sure. So a couple matches we've seen today, kind of one-sided.
Yeah.
And then that's what you're going to sometimes get in the early part of pools.
That's pools.
That's opening day, that's Friday, that's what you're going to see.
Especially when the tournament has 900 entrants.
Yep. We do have some excellent replays, though, we're going to take a look at right now.
Very cool crushing blow.
One of those crushing blows that if you're playing Scorpion, you need to get that every game.
Yeah.
And you generally will.
Feels really good to get.
Yep.
I am so all in on that Hanzo skin. The hair.
Mm-hmm.
I think Scorpion's never been cooler as a human, old guy. Bihan as well.
That was really nice. I mean, the drop out of that move. got a little bit off of it. So that's the thing about these early pools. I remember the first time I ever commentated EVO, like 8 o'clock in the morning, like 5 years ago. It was like Injustice 1, I think. I was doing it with Rip. And the first match was like DJT versus someone who I'd never seen before.
Right.
And it's like, and I didn't realize that, some people just come, they're not coming here to win the tournament.
For a lot of people, tournaments are like a convention.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I'm going to do this, I'm going to play, and then I'm going to play for 3 hours with my friends.
Yep. There's also a lot of people who maybe Tekken 7 is their main game. That's their passion, and they're pretty good. They might get out of pools.
Sure.
But they're like, hey, MK11, I love the story mode. Why not? And that's cool, too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I did that for Soul Calibur. Like, I'm never going to get... But why not? Shanghwa's cool. I'll play.
Sure. Got a good one. One of the Sirens Infinity versus Paul Lee. I don't remember who Infinity plays this game.
I was just thinking about it.
I saw it the other day. Sonya?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Pool C4. She, well-known player.
Yes.
Continues to get better every game we do.
She is a player who's just gotten better every 6 months or so. Like every time you see her major. She also, I saw her play this game at the Atlanta tournament a couple weeks back, where she started off against Slayer very rough. It was a really bad opening game, and I was sitting there thinking, like, come on, you definitely can do better than this. Then she turned it up. They had a great set. She ended up losing, but you could definitely see kind of amping up her play. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty excited to see her today.
And got a good training partner.
One of the best in the world.
If you want a good training partner, find someone who can pretty much play every character in the game.
Yeah, Forever King is fundamentally a good player, has a million years of experience, has been around the block a million times, and plays every character in the game.
Yep. So it's always good to see her come out. Just seeing the representation of more females playing the game is always awesome.
I mean, she's one of the best, and she is super welcoming, super supportive. Like, definitely follow her on Twitter. I mean, the women of the NetherRealm scene are amazing. Like, one of the coolest groups of people in our scene. And our scene has a lot of amazing people.
Yep. All right. The fist bump has occurred. Looks like we have Scarlet versus Sonya. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, I saw Scarlet. Scarlet's interesting because I don't really see her used that much in tournament scene, and I think she's pretty good.
Wow.
All right, well, that's a really good start.
That's how that's the best kind of start you could hope for.
Yeah, I mean.
And now, Sonya in the corner is from here death.
Sonya, to me, is obviously, this is not, in-depth commentary, or one of the best rushdown characters in the game. Yeah. For sure. Like.
Well, we're seeing, this, styles make fights. We're talking about that. This is one of the best rushdown characters in the game versus one of the best zoners in the game.
To me, she kind of is an even better version of Black Canary in Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Like, actually, a Black Canary player asked me the other day, hey, who should I look into? And it's like Sonya for sure. Like, it's good damage, good mix-ups.
What a cancel.
I personally don't use the unringing cancels because I'm old and washed up, but I'm super excited to see the Sonya community use them.
This is the variation I play, and you can see how much I play her because I forgot she had cancels.
Yeah.
Ooh, stops the crushing, the fatal blow.
It looks like we have another absolutely dominating match, and you can hear the crowd getting hyped.
Yeah. And starting a match, first game of the stream of Combo Breaker, and you start with like half health.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too, the fact that she keeps getting better is one thing, but she's just getting tournament experience. And tournament experience is huge. I play in the auction tournament every year, and I'm still nervous every year. Right
now, she just looks like absolute business.
Yeah. This was the first year I was not as nervous playing on the stream when we cast from the office. The first year in like 4. Sheesh.
Yeah, this is a set.
And from experience, doing that string and to finish off with the unring blast to the stomach, not easy.
I actually switch to claw style while doing, like, I'll do the input and actually switch the way I hold the controller so that I can mash. Like, that's how I used to play a Tekken.
And
claw style spelled with a K.
Of course. Infinity knows, like, she's just got to be in on Scarlet. And
yeah, I mean, Paul really has had no chance to get his tongue game going. And then, I mean, you said it, Scarlet.
That doesn't sound weird at all.
Well, blood tentacle.
Right.
Yeah, it's just been guessing wrong on every single mix-up. And if you can't get away from Sonya, you cannot win.
We haven't seen any defensive rolls either. Like, oh.
Okay, that's rough. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. On brand. In character.
Dropping the Sonya salute.
Well,
yeah.
that was
just a lot of different mechanics in the game that just kind of weren't taken advantage of when you're getting hit.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was just suffocating. I think we've all been there, where it's very early, you get overwhelmed, and your mind is, you're focused on, I got to look at that low, and then you get hit with the overhead, and you're like, all right, I got the overhead and the low, I can handle that, and then you get thrown, and then you're like, I forgot about throw, and then you get thrown again, and then you go back to forgetting about the overhead, and you're just, it feels like the opponent's doing everything right, and you can't block any.
This huge cycle of death that you can't seem to get out. And, so there's some rounds, like, I've had a ton of times where I've, like, just gotten destroyed the first round. I'm like, halfway through, I'm like, okay, that's a wash. I'm not going to waste any crushing blows. I'm just going to let this thing end.
Yep.
And then you come back and maybe you can win.
Yeah,
and it just kept going there.
One of the psychologies of a tournament player, especially against a character like Sonya, is sometimes it's not really your fault.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get cornered, you get with a back one, you're bodied.
Sure.
And you kind of, as a tournament player, got to think, I've lost this round. And there was nothing wrong with my strategy because I didn't even get to do my strategy.
Forever King, always doing the next slice with the biggest smile in the world. Super scary King.
Forever King is, despite being a legend in our scene and one of the best players we've ever seen, like definitely a top 10 NRS player, super happy all the time.
Yeah. Like doing the next slice, we're not intimidated, King.
Right. Like
You're too nice.
King, despite being in excellent shape, is one of the least intimidating people in the scene.
Right.
Because he's just such a goof. Like, and King's also one of those awesome players where he knows how good he is. So, like, let's say he gets 13th here. He's going out and having fun tonight. Like, he's not going to, because he knows there's CEO, there's Evo. Like, it's a long, like, he knows that very much like Newbie, a lot of those other older players that have been around forever, where it's like,
is Newbie here today? I haven't seen him.
Newbie's in the bracket. I haven't seen him, but I saw him in the bracket because Newbie's awesome.
Oh, one of my favorites.
And Newbie's playing Noob Saibot.
Perfect.
Great. Yeah.
Perfect. So we have something really cool coming up here. Gross. Been top player for quite a while now. New father.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And we have KH Cat.
Oh, okay. That's Cat. I forgot about Cat. Like
there is, it's not because of the online play. Regions are not as big of a thing as they used to be, but there are still two that people want to talk about.
Yeah.
Florida and Texas.
Yep.
Now, Gross is not from Florida. But he's
lived in Florida for a long time.
He's a Florida boy. So this is so it's Saturday night. Yeah. There's going to be a Texas versus Florida big match they're doing with five of them, 5-on-5. This is a little precursor to that.
Cat, for people that don't know, really named himself an MK9 where he's one of the premier Kabal players. Like, not quite at the level of like a Rio or Detroit, but that tier right under it.
Yep.
He's going to get out of pools at every tournament. Top 32 guy. Great execution. Definitely from a technical level, one of the best.
And we're going. I'm liking the no button checks.
Yeah, to me,
just
button checks need to go. And Gross, I mean, what can you say? He debuted in the scene in MK9 right after Perfect Legend's second Evo win, defeating Perfect Legend at a Caribbean tournament, and he's been great since then. Great in MK9, great in Injustice.
Interesting how the synergy we have between Cassie and Kabal, both wearing the blue and black.
I'm really into that. I'm into the words synergy too.
Yeah.
That's good branding. You should be in marketing.
Appreciate it.
Good blocking, Cat.
Good blocking, not a lot of offense yet. There we go, starting off with throw.
One thing that's interesting to me in this game is the transition from MK9 Kabal to MK11 Kabal. Because a lot of the Kabal players in MK9, they played him because he was high execution, and he was also really good. And in this game, I think he's really good, but he's not
really
the high.
Good.
Yeah, he's very good, but he's not the high execution, like rush down character he used to be. He's actually kind of like a 50-50 character. So it's interesting to see Cat still playing and presumably liking him.
Oh. Like a drop there of some sort.
It's like you got to give props to him. Like maybe you thought they only played Kabal because he was top, and it's like, not that Kabal's not really good in this game.
Slayer's also playing Kabal.
Yeah, also pretty good Kabal in MK9. Wow, that was an excellent whiff punish.
Kabal's low on defensive meter, so he's going to keep it safe.
Gross is actually doing a really good job just kind of... Kabal, like, probably his best move is the air buzzsaw, which is really, really good because you can't tell if he's going to jump in or do it. It's pretty good recovery, pretty fast. And Gross is kind of ignoring it, just kind of standing and blocking, and it's pretty effective.
Now we're at a point, though, where he has Fatal Blow, and Kabal's Fatal Blow, as we all know, don't breathe.
Yeah, it's probably the best super move into in the history of fighting games, maybe?
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
It's sad those matches where you don't ever get a chance to even push the buttons, though. Like,
yeah. You can see in the background the Terry brothers, absolute legends. And big shout-outs to both, because Malik now they both graduated college.
Yep.
They, at the peak of their competitive careers, decided to step back, go to college, and now they're back.
And playing well.
Yeah, DJT actually just got top 3 at the Summit. I think he got 3rd.
Yep.
And this is a game that was almost made for the Terrys. Like, those are two guys who will just walk back or walk in and take their time, and they don't need to jump, they don't need to run.
And talk about having good training partner.
Oh, again, they both play a lot of different characters.
They just split the cast.
Yeah. Another person from Vegas, Flawedzilla, is back. I chatted with him yesterday. I haven't seen him in 15, 20 years. Old Noob Saibot player from MK9, like 2011.
That was not 20 years ago.
Close, and it might as well be. Like I don't think Dragon was alive.
That's
when he
very
was
possible.
competing.
Real good start for Kabal this time. Got the life lead.
Yeah.
What does Kabal want to do with the life lead?
In my opinion, but I'm kind of a maniac, I'd keep guessing. I'd keep going in, try to get a little bit more of that. Then you're going to want to walk back and just do buzzsaws. Because Kabal's mix-ups aren't like super high damaging, but they're really annoying.
Right. Kabal does have Fatal Blow on deck.
It would not
won't get to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, Gross has done a good job like finishing him off before he can use it.
Yep. Seems like every time he can use it, they're like 3 feet away from each other, and you just the time you actually can't do it.
And the thing about Fatal Blows is they don't get armor until like the 6th frame,
right?
So you can actually stuff them. They're very fast, and 6 frames is not a lot of time, but it's doable.
So all those times at home when you get hit during your Fatal Blow and you're like, "What? I thought I had armor."
You also, even though you have armor, you're still taking the damage.
Yep.
So if you're a hit away, you can absorb it, but then you die. And Cat's dropped that combo a couple times now. This is really Gross just being methodical. Like, Gross is just simply outplaying it. Just being patient,
throw him back in the corner.
Moves.
Ooh,
that was
what
a great
walk
bait.
back.
That was really good.
Cassie has her Fatal Blow, which is harder to use.
I'm going to give Cat props because I was just thinking Gross's patience is really good and he's being really passive and he probably should start throwing, and Cat immediately threw. And I think throwing, a lot of people are saying throwing is really strong in this game.
Oh.
That might be it.
That will be it. No? I don't think they die here.
We're done.
Yeah, they do. Dang it, I was just talking to Aquaman today about how one of my like magical powers is how I'm able to tell when you're going to die from Fatal Blow or not, and I just miscalled it. Like, I know that. I'm really good at those. Dang it. We didn't. And that's the thing.
I think Cat looks happy.
Yeah.
He's now, he's since MK9, he's gotten married. He's a family man. Actually, a firefighter.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. So I'm guessing he came here to see old friends, to try his hand. I don't think he's someone that's going to go cry in his hotel room.
And this is the thing about Mortal Kombat 2. We're talking about Kabal, one of the best Fatal Blows in the game.
Yeah.
Cassie's one of the harder ones to use. We didn't see one Kabal Fatal Blow, and we saw that Cassie would win the game.
Yeah, I think.
Let's take a look at some replays from the match, though. We're going to see some sweet combos, maybe some corner comms.
That was an amazing whip punish. That's kind of an MK9 OG whip punish.
Is this Yeah, this is the one that was amazing. This is so good to step it back. Oh.
Yeah, excellent. And that is not easy. Those things, even when you know they're going to roll, it is a very small window to punish. Now throw will just beat the invincibility, so that's kind of the easy, like, you know, I don't want to practice that. Like, I want to play it safe thing. But an actual whip punish, or an actual, like, whip punish is pretty hard to do. That's tough.
I mean, a good showing from Cat 2-0. But still a good showing. Looked good. Had some good moves in there.
Yeah, I mean, he had his moments.
Yeah.
It's a rough draw to have to fight Gross. I wouldn't be surprised if Cat makes it out in losers.
Yeah. What do you remember? I love talking about your career as a pro. Do you remember the worst first match you ever had?
At Evo 2014, which is my last Evo, I played a Joker player, and I cannot remember their name, and I mean no disrespect. But they were not a high-level player, to say the least.
Right.
And I was insanely nervous. I had gotten about 25 minutes sleep, and he took me to the limit. He was playing like an absolute maniac, and I was freaking out, and he definitely could have won a game.
Oh, wow.
And I've always wondered, if he had won the game, would I have refocused and been fine, or would I have continued to freak out, and things would have got really bad? So that stands out to me. Luckily, I pulled it together and overcame the first pool match Joker player, and I was fine. I went on to get top 8.
I love the pan across our community. A lot of just great personalities and good bits of humanity in there. That's always good to see.
We have a lot of really, really cool people in our scene.
All right. From across the pond, if you're not following Mustard and Ketchup on YouTube, Twitter, and all the social media, you're doing it wrong.
One of the best, I would say, I don't want to say tutorial, but
I mean, they're ambassadors who teach and train very well.
I just for some reason thought Grandmaster, but that's kind of corny.
Yes.
They are educational. Sounds boring. Tyler, help us sell their stream.
They're able to tell you how to play the game at any level that you are at.
Yes. If you want to learn how to be a little bit better, no matter what level you're at now, go to their stream and go to their YouTube channel.
And if you want to see something you've never seen before, look at your monitors right now, because you're going to see a Kano mirror match. Kano, is my favorite Mortal Kombat character of all time.
That's right.
As you know. I play him a little bit. I'm not great with him. He's my backup. I'm going to keep learning him. I watch a lot of Mustard stream, watch what he does. Kano has a lot of really good tools. This is going to be easy to talk about because we're not talking about two characters here. Kano's got some fun stuff that he can do. He's got a nice low. His forward 2 just picks you up. You can go into command grab from there. It is punishable.
Pretty good projectile.
Good projectile, which you can amplify. It's awesome. Ball.
I mean, ball's fundamentally one of those moves in a fighting game that you just can't go wrong with. Like, it's super fast, goes full screen. It's just a move that any kit would want to have.
It's one of those moves where you're always like, oh, Kano ball, I'm not worried about that. I'll block it.
Right.
And you don't. And you get hit by the overhead after the end of it. So, also has a nice overhead into a kick. So he's got an overhead and a low. A lot of stuff Kano can do.
I think he's a pretty good character in this game.
Yep.
I think he was a pretty good character in the last game. Like, I'm not going to lie. I was about to say he was a pretty good in MK9, and I think enough's passed.
For a little bit.
You're right. In fact, UFGT, the predecessor to this tournament, I was beaten by Heroic Legacy using his day 1 MK9 Kano, and I sat on a couch in a hotel room ranting and raving about how Kano's the best in the game. And Dizzy, Aaron Davis, was in the hotel room, and after I was done ranting, he was like, "Can I get your phone number? You're really funny." And that is how Aaron and I met. Me raging about, and now, so me, Hero, and Aaron now all work on the games together.
So you're saying one of the most evil characters in Mortal Kombat history brought 3 friends together.
Not only that, I literally moved to a different place through Aaron. We became roommates. I now got a job at NetherRealm. I'm making some pretty big life changes for the better, all because of MK9 Kano when up ball was safe. So Paulo and MK9 safe up ball directly led to me being where I am now as a person.
Wow.
Yeah. You never know.
You don't ever know. And here's the good thing about playing against Mustard, there's no nicer human being than to sit down beside. He's not going to talk crap. He's not going to get on your case about anything. He's going to laugh. When you're done, he'll probably tell you what you should have done differently, if you want to hear it or not.
And if you beat him.
You beat Mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one half of the condiment, brothers. You got to beat ketchup and it's all over.
I mean, they're not going to die if you beat both. I hope. I hope. That would suck.
It's just double points.
Okay.
I did. I have a win against Mustard in my life. I'll say it right now on stream.
I've actually never played them in tournament. The only time we've ever played at all was in MK9, where we played casuals for a little bit.
I played Mustard at Fatal 8 before the show started. Kano versus Devora.
Are they trying to be Baraka?
I think they're trying to be Baraka.
Okay. DMS trying to get himself over. Foxy going with his brand. Yeah. Foxy, by the way, I've actually barely seen him play this game. I know he's been in a few UK tournaments, but for me, this will be my first time really seeing him play. I'm pretty hyped for that.
Plays Kung Lao? Plays Cassie.
Pretty much exactly what I want, him playing Kung Lao.
He just says he loves playing Kung Lao because he can throw you over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what he did in MKX, is he has good footsies and throws. You give him a mid and a throw and a projectile, and he can probably get out of any pool.
Yeah. He's always been a great player. It's great since over the last couple of years since we've had these pro competitions starting, having people from across, from Bahrain, from the United Kingdom,
and
from
Tekken
Australia.
Master actually will be here.
I don't think he can make it to this one. I thought I saw on Twitter.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
he'll be around. He'll be around.
Yeah, I should have told you.
Foxy's here.
Yeah, so it's good seeing the international competition come through. And also there's some great international tournaments that happen too. Viennale's coming up very soon, which is always well respected and run by a great bunch of people. Celtic Throwdown. There's a lot of things coming up in the future that we're all looking forward to as well. So let's get to the match. We have Kano vs. Kano in the Cyber Lin Kuei Assembly. It's interesting seeing Mustard play Kano. I didn't see it. Didn't expect that one.
I also like that not only is it a mirror, both guys' aesthetic, like they could both go to a metal concert together.
Yep.
Like I'm all in on that.
So Mustard versus MNF Monday Night Fights GC. Barrick, is that what that stands for? I don't know what that stands for. Here we go. So fully bald Kano.
Fully bald Kano.
Command grab, big chunky damage. If you use that back 3 as a punish, the gut blade will crushing blow and do a significant amount of damage. Really amplify into the knife.
And it's one of Kano's best kind of footsie tools. So once per game, you're actually going to get big damage off that. Normally, you don't.
If you don't get that during a game, you probably lost that set.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it.
Round 2, fight.
Now, for you use the variation with the combos. I can't remember what it's called. The thing that gives them more combos.
I don't play the one. I don't have much experience with the one that's kind of more of a zoning-based variation.
Right. Yeah, and I'd be
deal.
interested to see somebody use it. I know Ken in QA actually does like to use it because he's a hipster, and he has some cool stuff with it. I've seen Heroic Legacy use it, but I haven't really seen it in tournament. I think it makes sense because the first one is just it's straightforward, and it's like, look, we're a month in. Setups and all that. Sonic Fox can figure this out for me 2 months from now. For now, I'm playing for money. I'm going to use a more straightforward one.
Big combo from Barrick, though. Sets, through the blade. He's going to take that will not. That will not.
I think he'll survive, but
he will barely.
It's going to be rough. Okay.
But
wow.
He didn't amplify that. It was over. So now you've taken. You're one round away from beating Mustard.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay. I think we were both worried this is going to be another dominant game, and it's not looking like it.
Nice corner damage.
Yeah, I like the pokes.
He was sniffing out the command grab because if he did roll out, he's going to get a crushing blow off of that as well.
A lot of drops here. All right, it's basically even.
No one has hit the back 3 yet.
Yeah, you're right. Does that mean it's just both lose?
It's going to be a tie.
Now, Mustard does have Fatal Blow. and his has a lot of reach. Like, he can use it. Oh, wow. Very smart to just get away, sit on the fatal blow, and that's probably it. Yeah. That was a really close game, though.
Whiff the finishing uppercut.
It's very cool to see Ketchup and Mustard, who in 2011 were just enthusiasts from the UK who would just go to tournaments, and now they're like almost unofficial brand ambassadors.
Right.
Like, I mean, just like we use them a lot for commentary, just event. They like, I mean, again, their YouTube channel couldn't be a better resource to learn.
Right.
It's very cool, and they're still players. I love that. Like,
I mean, Evo.
Yeah, Ketchup actually got top 8 at Evo. Like, being, I mean, I don't want to use the word retired. Definitely, no one went in that bracket, including him, thinking he was going to get top 8 at Evo, and he pulled it off.
Was that the same one that Milky Situation was in?
Yes.
So,
speaking of him, I wonder who he's playing.
I saw it the other day. I forget.
Yeah, like I saw that he was streaming, but I got busy and couldn't actually turn it on because I'm curious who he's using.
Nice combo.
I'm hoping it's another unpopular like hipster character. It's comforting to know you get hipsters out there, you know, playing the wacky characters, bodying people.
Mustard had that well in hand that round. Ooh, nice roll. Didn't get much out of it. So they're doing that 2-4 to try to tick into the grab, and the 2-4's actually hitting, so it won't tick. That's happened like 3 times now.
If you could, would you agree to become a Cyberlin Quay?
No, I wouldn't.
You would say no?
I couldn't.
It'd make you more effective.
At what?
Marketing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you could have branded logos all over your metal plates.
That's true. And that looks like it's over.
Yeah, it was a very good first game, and then Mustard just turned it on.
Oh, and he's gonna drop the bottle.
He's gonna dance with himself. That's so nice.
That's gotta be a little scary for Mustard. You don't want to, you know, coming across the sea and then getting beat. If you were to get beat by Kano with Kano, that's gotta scare you.
Yeah, at least he got a selfie.
Yeah. He's not out yet either.
True. Yeah, there are people who've actually lost their first round and made it all the way into top 8s.
Do you remember any in particular?
Oh, who was it? Not the first game, but...
So no then.
You know, a year ago, I would still have this stuff memorized.
Yeah, I've always said that your encyclopedic knowledge of every game ever...
There was a Japanese Street Fighter 4 player in the last year of EVO who lost, I believe, his second game and ran it all the way back. It might have been Nemo. I think it was Nemo.
That's tough to do. Some good matches today, some good characters. We've seen a little bit of character variety, which is nice, and then a Kano Mirror, which I didn't expect. So, who we got next? Splash versus Dizzy.
And Dizzy's been playing Jacqui, at least online. He had a set with Sonic Fox recently.
Jacqui, I mean, one of my favorite just like character awakenings in this game.
She's
like, you know,
extremely cool.
You know, in MKX, she did one thing really well, right? And now she has so many more options of things she can do, and it's become a really hype character to watch, really fun to play.
Yeah, I love her design. Yeah. I think in the last game she was pretty cool, but as like a niche character, like pretty hard to play, high execution, like a lot of the kind of hipster, like the Revolvers of the world were into her PPJs, and now I think there's still some of that flavor, but it's like she's way more straightforward, way more of a badass.
Yep.
And her outfits. Can we talk about the rainbow jacket?
Fire.
She's so cool. Her hair is awesome. I love her personality in story mode.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are using that time when she has that yikes look. That's like a meme.
All right. Not seeing button checks has been a real...
I just actively want them banned. There's no good argument for why we still have them.
Like, you can literally push a button and look at all the buttons are set. If you don't remember what you do, well, that's kind of on you, right? And no one likes it when commentators start calling a button check and not realizing it till like 10 seconds in.
No
That's
one
embarrassing.
Round 1.
All right, so we're not going to see Jacqui. We're going to see Sonya versus Scarlet. I'm still happy about that. My only problem with Dizzy is I'm so used to the other Dizzy that it's like, really? Like, you couldn't wait like another 5 years for the other Dizzy to be retired? Like, it's confusing.
It's like in football when you like retire a number and no player from that team can ever wear that number again. It's like maybe Dizzy can't be a fighting game name anymore.
Yeah, like... Now, to his credit, I actually asked him about this Evo last year, and he's like, I don't know anything about that other Dizzy. Like,
he no-sold Dizzy?
I mean, well, to be fair, Dizzy's like 100 years, you know, he's been retired since, you know, again, Dragon wasn't born when Dizzy was a player. I'm in the same boat. I'm not blowing Aaron up.
Sure. Sonya slowly walking this in. Jump. Oh, man. Really nullifying Scarlet's zoning.
Scarlet does have a pretty big lead, though. So
yeah.
A back 2 or a back 4 could just end this. If Scarlet wants to take the risk. Oh, she really probably should try to close this out. You don't want to mess around with parries and stuff when it's this close. Yeah, I don't think that's smart. Like, we'll see. I could eat my words here, but very, very good throw tech.
Okay. Man.
Okay. Now, let's be honest. That was lucky.
Yeah, that was like 40 seconds of you should be doing something right now.
Okay, good punish. Now go to the zone. Get that tongue. Good teleport. Get out of the corner. Sonya actually, you know, ring toss is never, like, no one ever thought of like ring toss as like this great projectile, and in this game it actually is really, really good.
And it has a crushing blow if the second one hits and the first one doesn't, which happens more than you'd think.
And Dizzy clearly not letting the first round, you know, freak him out. He's kind of going in. Oh, air to air. Very smart teleport. She's doing a really good job getting out of dodge.
Oh.
That time Dizzy saw it coming. That's actually smart for Splash, though, because at least you're just not starting the other round in the corner.
Yep.
So I'm guessing Splash actually figured, well, I'll get out of here and not be in the corner for the next round. Sometimes you got to know when the round is lost and not use meter and not use crushing blows and stuff like that.
Gonna be a dropped it. Could have been a truckload of damage. Still in the corner though. Cancel.
Now it's gonna be a truckload of damage. Nope. Breakaway. Oh, couldn't do the fatal blow.
Breakaways in the corner are always some of the scary things you can do because you have no defensive ways out.
Right, which means while you didn't take the full damage, you don't have a wake up. So.
And like mid screen, I'm okay with it sometimes, but like in the corner against Sonya.
Yeah, I honestly think against Sonya, it might be best to just take the combo.
But Splash did really well to start the round.
Yeah, and I think even in the other rounds, he had shades of doing well. I thought the zoning was good. He just, once Sonya got in, it was over.
Dizzy's dropped that twice now. A drop on Sonya combo though, still good damage. One of my favorite interactables in the game. The spear that you put in the head. That's nice.
I think my favorite might be the chainsaw.
Chainsaw's good.
In the lore, actually, they know to do that now because of Leatherface.
Oh. Oof, there's that one that hits, the second one hits, get a crushing blow. Now, that was one of those things where it's like, Scarlet was kind of getting out-zoned by Sonya there.
Yeah, I mean, Sonya, if Sonya has the life lead and you're a zoner, you are actually in a lot of trouble. Like, again, her rings are really good. It's
nice
kind of off-brand for Sonya in this game, but it's good. Yeah, and Dizzy's done a great job with it. Oh, I really like the down 3 under the fireball. Get some life back. That's cute. Okay.
Oh,
that was excellent.
Got to get something big here. Got to finish it. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also like attacking after that move. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes when you're negative, you're low negative, just YOLO. That flaming skull, that's so metal. That's in play.
Tarkot and Soldier is still in play as well.
Tarkatan Soldier's actually not metal, but he's like super chill.
Yeah, he does not need to be. It's almost regretful that he gets thrown into the fight.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. I like the guy who's eating that big chicken leg or whatever and is like super happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually probably not a chicken leg, it's probably a human body, but...
Yeah, we don't want to go that far, right?
Right. Cannibalism is spelled with a K. Well, is it cannibalism if it's a different species? No, then, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the meta on that.
I saw something interesting and it blew my mind. This is the first game where Baraka's actually eaten someone.
Really?
Yeah, I've always just assumed he eats people, but we had no evidence of that till now.
A little health back.
It must be rough to put that into MyFitnessPal.
No, 1 bar defensive meter for Sonya.
Oh.
But 1 hit. Sonya does have crushing.
And her crushing blow has, I was about to say, has a lot of range. All right.
Her fatal blow's tricky.
Scarlet?
Like, no,
Sonya.
Sonya.
Yeah, the range is really deceptive.
Yeah.
I don't think of it as having like half screen range, but it pretty much does. It's a lot like Liu Kang's.
I was going to say the same thing. There are times when I get knocked down, I'll take 1 step in and people don't think you can do it, and you get them.
Every time I try to whiff punish your Liu Kang one, I actually just get hit.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'm good at, I'm pretty good at hitting fatal blows.
Your track record hitting fatal blows is the best I've ever seen. I actually have stopped caring and just assume I'm going to lose that 30%.
You're going to at some point during the match?
Yeah, because the brain power to get you to bait it out is not like I'd rather use my brain power about other things.
That makes sense. I love in tournament mode how the costumes change. You know,
yeah.
There's props to the art and all the team over there at NetherRealm that we've. I'm so happy with how these costumes turned out.
Oh, I'm all in on both these costumes, especially the Scarlet color scheme. Good teleport again. Every time I start to forget that Scarlet has it, he's using it.
Yep. Which is, you got to think that's the same way Dizzy's thinking right now, too.
Yep. And Dizzy, when he doesn't have the life lead, he's really having a hard time against Scarlet zoning. Now he's walking in. Okay, good drone. Unfortunately, because of Splash's life lead, the drone's not going to be that dangerous because it's not really doing a lot of damage.
And I play like Sonya. I mean, I think we all have in fighting games. Oh, we're gonna get a comeback here a little bit. Oh, this could be the mix up.
Oh, very good block. Good block. No punish though.
No fatal blows for 7 seconds. It looks like this thing's going down.
Oh wow! Wow!
Throw tech.
That's a punish.
It's not though.
And last breath saves Dizzy.
Last breath is a mechanic that is going to make so many things hype in this game.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest last breath examples I've seen so far.
That was the most methodical scramble I've ever seen.
Yeah, for Splash, that's absolutely heartbreaking. That was his round. And now things are going downhill. Oh, no.
Oh,
that is so rough. And now Sonya has the lead, so Scarlet zoning is significantly less effective. I think we are done. All right.
No, we are.
Nah, I think we're done here. You never know. Last breath. There we go. Now we're done.
Wow.
Well, that was a good match, but...
Really, that was one of the more fun ones we've seen today. And, I mean, I'm never a person who believes in things that are, like, unquantifiable, but momentum is a real deal. Like, you take that at the end, that scramble at the end, Dizzy wins it, and he comes back into the next round.
I would love to see an alternate universe when Dizzy got the punish.
Yep.
And Lord Gross is back.
So we're going to be seeing a... No, that's, of course, as far as we go. Oh, I'll be move my water here, everybody. As we go deeper into the pools, we're going to see, some strong matches. I'm excited to see Gross. I've never seen if Gross has a backup character. Does Cassie need one? Is there a meta where Cassie needs a secondary character?
I mean,
she seems to do a lot of things really well.
I couldn't speak to her full matchup chart, but I think she's a great character, really versatile. And what makes her good kind of is going to apply to the back two's a good footsie tool. Like, I can't imagine there's a lot of matchups where that's not good.
We have some replays here. Let's take a look. Oh, this was the moment where, like, you got to do something.
Yeah, like, he just didn't close. And Splash, I was very unhappy with the way he was using Fatal Blow. I think he was always trying to just throw it out there, and it never really hit. I think that, in my opinion, that should be his main takeaway from this set, is a couple of smarter uses of that. And Scarlet is actually super, super fast.
It is, but it's stubby.
Yeah. So to me, if he asked me for advice, and I don't know, maybe he shouldn't, but if he did, it would probably be like, there's a reason I'm just sitting here instead of playing.
Now, if you asked me for the same advice, I would say always throw your Fatal Blow out whenever you feel like it, because it's always going to hit.
That's true.
All you have to do, guys, with Fatal Blows is believe. That's
really?
what I've learned.
Just the power of belief?
Power of belief
like
with Fatal Blows.
Parappa the Rapper?
Yes. Also, I play Jax, and his always hits anyway.
Yeah.
All right. DR Gross versus RZA, Rizza.
Do you think it's pronounced Rizza or RZA?
Well, I think either one works. I'm going to go with either one.
Okay.
Gross looks ready to go.
Yeah.
DR Gross versus D4 RZA, Rizza.
How do you feel about
the mix-up.
That smoke machine, that atmosphere?
Do you see the handshake mix-up? One went for Nux, one went for handshake. Ooh,
that's
always rough.
That's why you go with the hug.
Scorpion.
Okay.
Zap.
Welcome, Commander Cage.
Cassie
Grandmaster Hasashi.
wearing some Scorpion
Prove that
colors.
you can learn.
Scorpion wearing purple. I like it.
All right. I was about to praise Scorpion just doing absolutely nothing and playing it safe, and he put that buff on. But he kind of, established that he was going to do nothing, so it worked. Gross just let him put it on. That's cool.
And left. Oh, that's going to be a nice convert.
Oh. Gross did not want to take any damage, did not want to lose the life lead.
Oh, you're taking a crushing blow off that right there.
I like the patience from both these players.
And that's what's been so much fun for me playing the game, is just the matches that are just like methodical, slow, really walking each other down. I've never been good at the super fast games. It's just not my play style. It's been a lot more enjoyable for me.
It's really what we were going for with this game. It was kind of, even like 2 years ago, like just a very early Scorpion versus Sub-Zero stuff is walking being really good. We really wanted MKX. We went in the opposite direction. That was like very UMK3, like very in your face, very fast. So this one, I'm like, all right, let's walk that back. Literally walk that back.
Hey, if he can in with him in the corner, I mean, that's a plus, right?
She does love her guns.
Fight.
Gross has always been, like, his execution's always been really impressive.
Yeah, fundamentally, he's just a really strong player. Just really good neutral. Like, he's not really a flashy player. Like, there's nothing really exciting about his. He just gets very much like Theo, Dragon, like that kind of player. Just knows when to hit buttons at the right time. Knows when to walk away. He's not gonna freak out.
Knows when to hold him and then fold him. You're saying?
True.
Gotcha.
Thanks for the generic cliche, I guess. That said, I was just praising Gross in a generic way too, so.
It's a Kenny Rogers song, come on.
I did know that.
Real nice, I mean, the comeback is real.
I'm a pretty decent fan of Kenny Rogers' fried chicken.
Okay. That should chip. Oh no, you got fatal blow. Oh, that's going to end it.
And that was a fatal mistake. How do you feel about Kenny Rogers' fried chicken?
Never had it.
Really?
No.
That seems like something you'd be really familiar with.
We'd have it in Kansas.
Oh.
I don't think we had. So, RZA here had a good, I mean, was not outclassed in that match in any way.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of loss where you definitely got outplayed, but it's not like outright. It's not like you literally have no chance.
Right.
In my opinion, he's being a little too passive.
Yeah.
I think I like the footsie style Scorpion. Like, I think he's like 75% where I'd want him to be.
Well, your whole talking point has always been that Scorpion players are insane.
Yes, and he's not. And that's great. But I feel like he's just a little bit, like, he's a little bit too passive.
Right.
Now, that said, I understand I'm not the one fighting Gross.
Sure.
I'm not the one fighting a Cassie player who's walking back with back two loaded. So if he were to watch his back and be like, let's see you get on the sticks. I would definitely understand.
Oh, huge damage here. Big conversion, going to get a crushing blow. No, there's not a crushing blow. Sorry, my bad.
Well, this is a very good start.
Yep. Almost half health is always a good thing to have happen in the first 20 seconds of the fight.
Now I like it. He's going for the back three more. That's one of the moves I would like to see him use more. Oh, good jump.
Nice conversion into there.
Yeah, this is much better. Still putting on the buff. Okay. Yeah, this is great. Just going for block pressure, going for staggers. Corner switch. Very good.
I think Gross assumed he was going to pick that up and then just didn't block.
Fight.
I like it. Yeah, he's just going in now. Is there any chance he's like watching the stream listening? This is perfect.
You know, Stephanie told me I should be more active, so I was. And then Tyler said a bunch of dumb stuff. Yeah, it's...
Okay. Gross
this is great.
I think Gross has been absolutely thrown off by how aggressive he is right now. Now, the danger will be Gross is going to have time. Gross is adjusting to it like literally during this throw. So you definitely, all right, yeah, you want to hurry up, get this win.
Incredible.
And Gross is jumping a lot, and he's done a really good job anti-airing.
One more hit, and that's it.
That was dominating.
Pretty awesome. He took a moment after the last fight, too, to think about that.
I'm guessing he literally just thought what I did, where he's like, I'm playing scared. I'm not doing anything. I've got to turn it up.
What are your thoughts on coaching?
I have no problem with it. Yeah. The only time that I've ever been coached was at MLG. DJT picked Johnny Cage and he was bodying me because I was freaking out. And Aaron got on stage, went right up to me and was like, he's not me.
Oh.
And then I beat DJT.
There we go.
My other favorite coaching story is Phil Pops at KIT. He lost the first game, and he screamed, "You guys aren't giving me advice!" And like 10 GGA players rushed on stage, and then he exclaimed, "You're giving me too much advice!"
Jeez.
He's
really starting well. And it looks like RZA's from France. I didn't notice that.
Did Gross just like put down his controller? All right, here we go. Excellent. Yeah, that's an overhead that you can react to in theory, but you know, a lot of stuff's happening in the match. Like it's pretty good.
Gross is coming back.
I actually think there's a lot of overheads and lows in this game where theoretically you can react, but fatal blow's gonna hit.
Wow.
This might be it.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Gross might be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, if this doesn't kill. Okay, that's smart.
Wow.
That's smart. And Gross is on the ropes. Gross might be sent to losers in pools. When I got here this morning, I asked, what are the big upsets? What are the big blow-ups? And there hadn't really been one. And this could be it.
We might see it.
You definitely don't count on Gross.
I can't.
Like, Gross has been in worse situations than this for sure.
He was doing the low shot. He was using a little more there at the beginning of the round, too.
I really like the use of the buff, just not afraid to turn it on. Like, there's not a lot Cassie's going to do except, you know, just read it, and that's dangerous. I like the spear use, too. I actually think the spear is better. Like, you kind of think of the spear as a move you just can't use in footsies, and I know Slips has actually talked about that, too. He's noticed that.
Against certain characters, she can't punish from full screen, can't she? Wait, I guess gunshot, maybe?
Probably not even that.
Yeah.
And there you go. A random spear literally hit. And what's really smart is now he's done that spear so much in this round, Gross is going to worry about it leading into the last round, and that's going to open up all of Scorpion's other tools.
And we're on set point. We might see a big upset.
Oh, that's a really good opening for Gross. Uh-oh. No anti-air. That is heartbreaking. Goes for the breakaway. Good block. Okay.
Throw him in the corner.
Oh, that would have been huge. That he might look back, and that's the moment of emo.
Delayed wake up.
All right.
Back into the corner.
No, he didn't. Which is smart, because Gross is probably looking for it. That's an excellent whip punish.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
That's a crushing blow.
This is a big one.
And that's still ticking. That is still ticking.
He doesn't. I really it's so smart.
Cassie has her fatal blow on deck.
No anti-air. Gross is going ham with these throws. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is Gross going to go to losers?
Oh, drops.
He's got to be so careful right now. Oh. He's looking for that fatal blow.
You hear people yelling outside.
And that's it.
Wow.
Gross is going to losers. Gross is going to losers. We have a pop-off, too. I mean, that is a
well-deserved pop-off. And respect.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Like, that is,
wow, nice.
2 hours ago I talked about if you lose the first game, you've got to just think about why you lost and do better. That is a clinic in what I was talking about. He realized, I'm not doing anything. I'm scared of Gross, and I'm being passive.
Wow.
And I need to make Gross scared of me. Using the teleport, the buff, the random spears, he made Gross scared of him. You could feel the momentum shift where he was in control of the matchup, and Gross was in the reactionary position, and Gross is now in losers because of it.
D4 RZA.
That was awesome.
Big congrats. Awesome to see somebody from coming over here to play against one of the best players from here and doing super well. And I mean, big congrats. What a great showing.
What a great win. And
yeah, let's take a look at the replay for that right now.
That said Gross is in losers. He's not dead.
Yeah.
So, Gross could easily still get top 8 this tournament. And, it's exciting because this is the first big major tournament, but it's the beginning of a journey.
Right. It's where everything started. Got huge damage off the crushing blow off the down 2.
Oh, that was an excellent whip punish. He absolutely turned it on. That was really impressive after that first game.
Didn't seem like nerves were a factor after the first game. Whatever happens. But didn't even seem like there were any sort of nerves.
Only at the very scramble at the end was he kind of playing kind of sloppy. He just turned it on. That's awesome.
That was awesome. And a well-deserved pop-off.
Yeah, I would say that's a well-deserved pop-off.
That was a really fun Scorpion to watch.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching how he played Scorpion.
I think that's the best example of Scorpion in MK11 I've seen so far. And again, I hate to repeat it, but I think the spear is underrated as a footsie tool in this game. I really think if you're playing him, get it out of your mind that you literally never use it, that it's only a combo move, and just kind of do it. Again, OG Slips has been talking about it. A lot of people at work, when they play him, that's how they use it. Just kind of do it. It's not as easy to punish as you might think.
Yeah, that was incredible. A lot of really great conversions with just the punches into, the ones, really good. So that was our first that we've been on stream for today, to see a
huge upset. Yeah.
So Gross has been dominant for a long time. Still is not out of the tournament, though. Still could run this thing back. Still could get out of this. Still could get top 8. Nothing's okay.
Oh, this is the match I have really been looking forward to.
All right. Huge deep breaths from Hero Killer Stain right now.
Tweedy is a joy to commentate because you can't go wrong. Nope. Everybody has a take on Tweedy. There's no one in the stream chat right now that doesn't have a take on Tweedy. No one's like, oh, Tweedy, I don't really know about him.
Right.
You love Tweedy, you hate Tweedy, you love to hate Tweedy.
Yep.
And Tweedy loves to hate you, and he loves to love you.
Yep.
Is Tweedy playing on an Xbox One pad?
I didn't see.
That's awesome.
So Hero Killer Stain, we'll see direction he's going. Raiden.
And Tweedy, again, yes, he is.
That's an Xbox One. Oh, he is playing an Xbox One pad.
I like that it's not even a pro. That's up your alley. You actually will start crying if you can't use it.
I've stopped now. I've been playing so much on PS4 now, too. I play on both. I still feel a little better just because at home I play more, but I'm okay with it now.
I actually really like the Xbox pad for this game. I get assigned it to it a lot. I play the Brazilian Xbox version is what I get assigned a lot, and I really like it. I have no problem playing on it.
I like the clickies of the stick. The pad.
Do you fear nothing, Geras? Nothing within
your Hero Killer
power,
Stain.
Raiden.
Tweedy was honest this morning that he was pretty worried about this Raiden, that he doesn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
Now, I think Geras is a great character if you just kind of want to, pressure them and just kind of not have to really worry about matchups. His game plan is pretty versatile.
Right. I actually don't know much about Raiden in the first place.
I know he just got his neck broken.
Yeah. Finish the combo.
Yeah, we don't really see a lot of Raiden in the tournament scene, and in my opinion, I think he's a pretty underrated character. I think he can be pretty unsafe, and I think that's why people kind of don't really play him a lot, but in my opinion, I think he's pretty good.
I love the hat. It's a good-looking hat.
With a light bulb on top?
Yeah.
It's pretty festive. Interesting.
Try to outzone each other.
Yeah, this reminds me of Aquaman versus Black Adam from Injustice 1. Like, they're both just, all right, well, I'm going to do my low thing, you do your low thing. Oh. Roll away, just... Hero Killer Stain is absolutely committed to his game plan. Okay. I mean, it's not the flashiest game plan I've ever seen, but why not? You can definitely tell this was a Cyborg player in Injustice 2.
And this is going to be one of those things, though, that, it's going to start changing very quickly,
Yeah, and Geras does a lot of damage, so it's pretty hard to zone him. Oh, didn't want to risk the anti-air. That's probably smart. Nice. Oh, no, I thought he blocked it.
Yep.
He is going to survive, I think, but that's rough. If he had blocked that, that would have been the round. All right, let's see. Now he's got to be super careful. Now, do keep in mind you won't get killed by the chip because of
That's gonna.
Wow.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, last breath. I wonder if he knew. I wonder if he knew I'm going to survive because of last breath and I'll go for it. Honestly, I don't think he needs to change his game plan. He had that one, like, if he had punished that fatal blow, like if he had blocked and punished, it would have been round for round.
Yep.
So I'm hoping he's smart enough to kind of think, hey, I just made one big mistake on the fatal blow. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
What you're doing is it's kind of working.
Taking his time, thinking about it. This is such an interesting matchup to watch. I've never seen it before. I've never thought I'd see those two projectiles going against each other like that. Well, not projectiles, I guess it's sand trap versus.
Yeah, it's you got to love the early game stuff when it's like probably half the people in the audience don't even know what this Raiden variation is.
Right.
Oh, misses the whiff punish.
Canceled.
Yeah, it gets out of dodge, doesn't want to get punished. All right, I'm glad he's just still going to do this. Like, there's no reason. He has the life lead. And I like the Raiden that he... Oh, I really love that he just did 2 in a row. One thing that's important to keep in mind, if you're a zoner and you're using amplified zoning moves, is because Super Meter comes back, or Stamina Bar comes back through time.
Right.
So it's not that you have to do stuff to build meter. You can actually, as a zoner, just go back to zoning, and you're going to naturally get your amplified move back. He clearly understands that, so that's super smart.
That's going to be
Yeah, really the only problem here is Geras' damage. Hero Killer Stain's doing a good job keeping him out. It's just that Tweedy gets his right one. Oh, speaking of damage.
Oh, no.
No, that is heartbreaking. That is such a bummer.
Just a little bit off.
Round 2, fight.
Okay, oh. Not getting a combo, and that'll be a fatal blow. Or sorry, crushing blow.
Yeah. It's a good way to start. Not looking good for Hero Killer Stain.
Yeah, and unfortunately, with zoning, when you have this much of a life deficit, it's really not viable. Yeah, Hero Killer Stain is probably teleporting to losers.
He can't play his game right now.
Right. Okay, okay. He's got something going. All right. You never know. Now you know. It's over.
Wow. Huh. It looks like he's just a little, a little disappointment, obviously.
Yeah.
Tweedy probably relieved.
Yeah. Tweedy, I mean, this is an early challenging match for him in pools, so it's good momentum for the rest of the tournament. And for Tweedy, he's an esports player and also an emotional. He's the deadly combination of super esports and super emotional and passionate.
Right.
So these tournaments, there's so much pressure on him. He's very open about it. He really needs top 8. Like he's a really competitive player. So those early pool matches are a huge relief from the open.
Especially when you run into somebody who you probably haven't really played in this game yet.
In a 2 out of 3.
How that character is going to be played. Like I had never seen that game plan from Raiden. Let's take a look at some of the replays of what we saw from the last match, though.
You can see on their faces the difference in tournament experience here, where Tweedy looks very comfortable, very confident, and Hero looks like a ball of nerves.
Well, I mean, he knew that this was the match that match of his pool.
And it's actually, not a lot of people don't talk about this, the pressure of being these young upstart players that have a lot of potential. It can actually put a lot of pressure on you, and it's tough. You really, because you feel like you have to deliver. You're letting people down. You're letting yourself down. And when you are the potential upset, and everyone's talking about how you might be that upset player, it could be pretty tough.
Right. Got a full house here at Combo Breaker 2019. Make sure you follow us at NRS Esports on Twitter. That's where you can hear everything esports related, all the tournaments, all the top players, all the rad clips of things that are happening in the games today. That's where you can follow us there. Also follow us at Mortal Kombat as well. You can follow me at Tyler Lansdowne. You can follow Stephanie at OSU16bit.
Yeah. Please follow my Twitter feed. It's fun.
Is it? It is.
If you like Life is Strange fan art, it's fun.
Never played it, but I follow you anyway, so.
Right. Or if you like She-Ra fan art, it's fun. Or Sabrina.
All these things you do.
Yeah.
So Tweedy's going to be moving on to we're getting probably closer to the end of the pool, I would assume.
I would assume.
Here we go.
Okay. This is an interesting match.
Infinity versus Dizzy.
I really respect that she went with the dragon motif for her top for a Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah.
I think, you want to be on brand, but also still stylish. Like, it's one thing, and I'm not blowing this up, it's one thing to wear, like, just a generic printed tee.
Right.
Kind of like...
I do always.
And to be fair, I usually do too.
Sure.
But she's keeping her style, but there's like a little MK flair there.
This is going to be a...
Aesthetics is important.
I agree. This is going to be definitely her biggest challenge yet right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big match for both of them, actually.
She looked really awesome when we saw her earlier. So did he. And we're going to see the mirror.
And Sonya Mirror is pretty interesting. So there's no character unfamiliarity here. Neither can go back and say, I didn't know the matchup.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I'm now spending the first few seconds of the match trying to remember which Sonya is which.
Yes.
All right, Dizzy starting off super aggressive.
Oh, great whip punish.
Yeah, good whip punish.
Nice use of meter.
Okay, I like it. I love just the walking up. Am I going to throw? Am I going to throw? Yes, I am. There were no shenanigans there. She just was going to throw. Wow, what a read.
Ooh, and a miss. She's still in it, but barely. That's going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Dizzy just got the early life lead from getting in the corner, and it's pretty comfortable for him. All right, the drone. Both are doing onion rings.
Both have nearly the same amount of meter because they do them at the same time.
Now that spear is in play if either wants to use it. All right, very smart. Trying to get out of the corner.
Nice catch on the roll.
Yeah, now we don't know, did she read it or is she going to throw anyway? But either way, that's a...
Oh,
I
nice
consider
cancel.
that an absolute win. Oh, accidentally put herself in the corner. Oh, that accidental cornering. Good blocking. Good, good, good.
Nice finish. 1-1. Both still have fatal blows in play.
Yes, and hers, you know, we discussed it earlier. Their range is outrageous. Oh, excellent blocking. Get strong. Oh, pressure. Get strong like 4 times in a row. Good uppercut. Oh, the throw whiff. Throws have a lot of recovery.
Ooh.
Short hop. She really,
not gonna get
really has, really struggled in the corner there. On one hand, I want to say she probably should have gone for a throw, but Dizzy did do a really good job breaking throws, so I'm guessing she was scared off from trying, but the corner definitely messed her up. She never really got out.
Yep.
Sonya.
Whoa.
Okay, she doesn't want to play the mirror.
I sympathize.
I'm excited in the fact that I just think Jade is an amazing character, and I think she's actually better than she's being represented. I think she's pretty good. Like I said, I'd actually be using her as my point character in tournaments. And I'm guessing her logic here would be too, I don't like, all right, I couldn't get out of the corner, so I'm not going to let her corner me. So she's like, all right, you know, he was the better player than Sonya Mirror, so I'm not even going to let him play as Sonya by just zoning. And of course, the projectile immunity is going to deal with
big. I was going to mention
the
that.
onion ring. So, excellent. She's definitely testing the waters of 4-2 right now to see if he can react to it, how he deals with it, which is a smart move. Like, assume they can't react to it until they prove otherwise. Oh, tries to jump out. Good flip, or not flip out, wake up roll.
Good in the round, though.
Yeah, and Dizzy she just gets overwhelmed when he gets in. She's doing fine, and then Dizzy gets going, and I mean, that's kind of what Sonya will do to you. Oh, good air glaive. Spark is a great move. In my opinion, that's Jade's kind of key projectile.
Oh, wow.
Nice. No combo, though. Excellent. That is so smart. That was the throw strike guessing game. She just walked up, looked like she was going to throw, just went ahead and did a move. Very smart stuff. Now this is tough. Oh, went for it. That was extremely dangerous. She is not going to have defensive stamina, so she might be in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Quick to the point from Dizzy.
Yeah, I mean, momentum. That was just a momentum match. She made the mistake of not having any stamina when standing next to Sonya, and that is GG's. Peace out.
I believe he was saying he would not use Fatal.
That's the kind of loss where it's a good time to grow, but not beat yourself up too hard. Because at the end of the day, Sonya, that's what she does. But then you can kind of think, go back, talk to your friends, think, well, a lot of it was just bad guessing. But should I have done more throwing to reverse?
Yeah.
Maybe more wake-up roll?
She also started the game by beating herself up anyway because it was a mirror match. Let's go to the replay. Get it? Because they're...
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
it was a decent bit.
I thought it was a good dad joke.
It was worth a smile.
People can't hear smiles. Come on.
And she did try to jump out a few times, but it wasn't super effective.
Yeah, just had a lot of trouble with the corner. And then the switch to character. Had a little bit of momentum going, and then couldn't get anything off of this.
It was once her stamina was out there, mid-screen, that's when you knew she was in a lot of trouble.
Yep. She's still happy, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Glad to be here. And
she's also still in losers.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't disappear if you're in losers. You got to keep going.
And also, if you do get eliminated, you don't die.
Right.
We do not actually throw you into the Shaolin Trap dungeon where you're never seen again.
We do not. We do not.
Right.
Good matches over here at Combo Breaker 2019 in St. Charles, Illinois.
One of the best tournaments, easily.
Love it. Bunch of people in the seats watching the Mortal Kombat 11 action go on. We've seen some really cool stuff this time around. We had a huge upset with the Scorpion player, RZA, beating Gross. We've seen some good matches from Infinity. Tweedy's been doing super well in this pool. Yeah, so far so good. And we have about 775 people, something like that. Probably almost 800 now.
Like basically 800 entrants, yeah. One of the bigger tournaments there's ever been for MK.
There was late registration today, which probably raised it up a little bit from the 775 that it was earlier this week. Mustard versus Unbearable Skill.
It's just unbearable. I don't
know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I often lie in bed at night not knowing what to do about things. A lot of anxiety, a lot of, and one of the main things is skill.
Right.
Me not having it anymore.
You still have some of it.
Do you think Mustard can bear this skill?
We'll see. It's gonna be Scorpion versus Kano, yeah?
Presumably.
I'll say it again, I'm so happy with the non-button checks we're
yes.
having.
It's a much smoother tournament.
Maybe they're doing them, we don't see them. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, we're getting the footage we get, but they tattooed Kano.
Kano seems like someone that should have tattoos.
Yep.
Do you have a tattoo?
I don't.
If you were going to, what would your tattoo be?
I don't know. I've thought about this before, but I'm not really sure.
How do you not have a Kansas City Chiefs tattoo?
Because I'm not doing a sports team thing.
Why not?
It's not my style.
I'm surprised.
Nah.
Would you get an MK tattoo if Burbank told you to? To be on brand? Like, that's the brand?
Yeah, because you're on brand.
You rip off your shirt and it has, like, a release date on it?
Still probably not.
Okay, you wouldn't do that?
Back three. Hits. He's going to finish the round.
Yeah. Unbearable Skill didn't do too bad. Would you eat a rat off a floor that in a...
That's not a rat. That's an animal I've never seen before.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just a wee bit of tucka.
It's a delicacy in Outworld, those little lizard things. Ooh. This is the anti-air. Excellent. Excellent. You could see you actually dashed back to bait out.
Kano has a lot of really great footsie tools that he can at his disposal.
Good air ball.
Ooh, whiffs the 2 whiffs in her. That's going to hurt.
Okay.
Nice throw. Now, one thing about Kano, I think, is he does have 2 different crushing blows from his throw.
Right.
And you kind of got to get those primed at some point. And I feel like he hasn't been throwing a whole bunch here.
Yeah, not a lot of characters have one on both.
Yeah.
Scarlet does. There's a few. It's a pretty neat advantage to have.
Yeah, Kano, Scarlet, Baraka.
Yeah, that's right. Baraka's one of the coolest. By the way, did you know if Baraka does his eating you crushing blow against Jax's arms, there are wires coming out.
I did know that because I've had it happen.
The late, great Burke told me about that.
Full combo here. 4-2.
An unbearable skill.
Should be it. Nope. Oh.
I was about to say pretty good, but
yep.
Mustard, unfortunately for him,
gonna do the
dealt with that breakaway pretty well.
Headbutts to hell here.
I like that Mustard was very subtly doing the headbutts. Just kind of very subtly doing it. Or he was just headbanging in his head.
In MKX, I used to throw the knives with Kano that went right through the 2.
I'm all in on mimicking your characters.
You've made fun of me for doing it before.
No, I'm all in on that.
Okay.
What I make fun of you for is when you win 1 round and start popping off.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all I need.
It's just a round?
Just a round.
We might see. Are we actually going to see a character switch here?
I don't know. Look at the walls of humanity out there at Combo Breaker, though, too. But it's still able to get around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The venue is amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite venues in a fighting game tournament.
Round 1.
All right, here we go. We got full combo here. Back 2, forward 2, command grab. He did not meter burn it for the extra damage. Or amplify it, pardon. So that, like we said earlier, that's a tick, but people are so not used to Kano using strings that it's hitting.
Congratulations, you've played yourself kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, Like, the meta, we're not ready for meta level 2 yet.
Right. And that could have been, and we could have right there.
Yeah.
I think we've all had matches like that there where you have like the deep cuts for a character that you think you're going to get to, and then you play a match and like you can never do them, or you try them and they don't work because they actually are set up that they have to be trained first.
Yeah, personally, I felt one of my skills as a tournament player was not falling into that trap and being very comfortable with Meta 1.
Yeah. There are times I've gotten beat by Derek because I thought I was going to go like straight to level 3. And like,
Derek is the master of Meta level 1 only. Like, one of his Meta level 2 is him never going to Meta level 2, and you work yourself into a shoot and then start trying to do setups and stuff that will never work.
Right.
Derek's also the master of there's no way he'll wake up again, and then you walk into his wake up and you're like, I have to be mad at myself.
Yep. Good cancel.
Sonic Fox is actually, I mean, that is one of the reasons he's the best in the world, is well, Sonic woke up 3 times in a row. There's no chance he'll do it a 4th time. And Sonic's brain has moved so fast, he didn't even remember that he woke up the first 2 times. That he's just so far ahead of you.
That's been brutality.
Well, Mustard has bared the skill.
Yeah. He's a nice guy. Chap? Should I say chap?
Mate?
No, Mustard's a nice chap.
Yeah, I think he's a nice mate, too,
Mate,
right?
yes.
Look at that. A brotherly hug.
Yep. Awesome. Cool seeing Kano do well in tournament. I love watching Kano. I love the headbutt brutality. Hey, Kano actually has my favorite brutality in the game. Well, that I like to do is if you mercy and you do the overhead kick thing into the stab, you actually pull their skeleton out of their back.
That is his MK3 fatality.
Yes.
And I love that we brought back wacky MK3 and 2 fatality. Like Katana's Kiss of Death is in there. My favorite, Jade, has the one where she pokes you, and then for some reason, the laws of physics, as you know, if you get shook if you get really, really shook, you become a skeleton.
Well, I think that is our time here today.
Yeah, I think we're done.
That was a wonderful time. Thank you all. Well, we keep going. We got more tournament to go.
Yeah, the auction tournament's later tonight. That's going to be cool.
I'm hoping to get in on that.
I'm even considering entering that.
That was the rumor. I was going to let you say it. Before we go, we want to thank Gojira for the Cell off their album Magma. One of the themes for the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition. Stop at Combo Breaker 2019. Stick around. We'll be back.